Okay, guys, so let's go through the notes for designing on the character real quick. Okay, we can see that it's a crazy long one, very long, but it's it's simple. Let's get it by itself, hide others. Okay, and when we look at it without the wireframe, we see that it have some design goes on. You can see some design here, like a jacket and all that. This is not an extra model for the object. It's still the skin of the character. I will turn off the quick shade so we can see the character a little better and how this extrusion on the surface is, right? See, we can clearly see that these parts are extrusion and it's part of the object. Okay, it's nothing crazy. You just follow the polygons, right? You just follow the polygon, you select them and you perform extrusion on it. Let those parts and you extrude to get some thickness going on, and it looks like he's wearing something. These are all same as this area. You select whole shape, blah 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 blah, and you do extrusion to pull it out. So you figured it out, like, how do I get something for it to look like a jacket or something, a vest, so you just get a design going on. So you can be creative and get all kind of stuff going on. All right, so it's very simple. So let's look at the notes. If we look here, you can see we have edge loop or polysprate number 20. See, it's a lot of them. See, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's just a repetition. So let's skip all of that. 16, and then I have some edit here. So let's see if we can even see what that edit is. It's right here. Maybe I was moving because I think this, maybe the lines was rough over here, so I was moving it around. And we have an introduction of what? Poly extrude. Let's see if we will see that where it happens. It's right here. See, so how do you do that? You select all that area. Select. So if it is here, we will select all this area using the distance. Okay, we are using the distance right here to pull it out small. Just give it a little thickness. See, just a little thickness coming out to get that illusion like it's a jacket or something. So that is very simple. It's the same principle I use to do most of the design and the gloves and everything. So you go through, you see I put bevel on the edges of it, keep going, more stuff, more, design, the same poly extrude, select the area, use insert, or, it's very, very simple. It's just creativity, extrude it out, more extrusion coming in. This is where the gloves happen. You select all this area. It extrude it out with distance, so it kind of like give it like he's wearing a glove that, those type of gloves that you cut the fingers off, So very simple, So by the end of doing a few stuff on one side, it will look like he's wearing something, and then you mirror it. So let's go down a little bit and see if we see more. Yes, we have some more coming. This design on the gloves is here. More design. So I push it down, and more edit some areas. The edit was here. Maybe I'm getting the lines to flow right so I can perform something there. So most of the edit, that's what happened. If the lines are not right, like if I want to do something here, maybe I'll push these lines over something. That will introduce an edit. You have to edit, push the points around, and more what? Poly extrude. See, After I get the area to look right, I perform some poly extruder. It's flat, and more poly extrude. Boom, I push it out. See, giving it a thickness. It's still on the gloves. You see, all that stuff is there to give that illusion that it's wearing a design gloves or something, right? And after all the designs, when you take it out to the UV and your software like Photoshop or any painting program, that is how you get stuff going on. This is beveling. You hold the stuff so that it stays stiff. Remember, so we are holding the top and the bottom. Very cool. Master these beveling, the options in it, and then you get good. So we look around, we see the same principle, getting beveling to hold the edges and making them look right. More edit somewhere, so it's not something crazy. You see, this is where I'm trying to get something like he's wearing something like the jacket, the shirt or something, and I'm always working on one side. So you see, I end over here because when I mirror, this whole side will come here. And Fuse can, bring 2 points to close them together for you. So that's probably what I did over there. Now we have a clip. Okay. So if I come to the clip and I hide everything, as a matter of fact, let's show the clip. You will see that, and let's show everything. You will see that the character is cut into half because I have spent time and do all this modeling on this side, right? So I cut the character into half because I want to flip all this design here on this side to this side. So the clip is the one that will cut it by the direction, right? You give it. Okay, so the X axis is working fine for us. So we have the clip. The next is mirror. The mirror is the one that will copy all this side and put it on this side. So boom, and you have character with the same side on both sides. The symmetry, right? The symmetry is very important because even when you are doing animation, when we build a character ourselves and we are putting a skeleton in, a good symmetry work will help you because when you transfer one weight from this side to this side, it's the same. So we will get deeper into it when we get into animation and character, right? So we mirror it. So we have same side on both sides, everything looking the same. You can still work on it a little bit. I think after that I was still working. You see, I can tell you that I was still working because it's not looking smooth for me right now. I have to get more edge loops or bevel to hold the edges to make them look right. Hold these edges and divide stuff, right? So I was still working. So let's keep going. See, so I will still work on one side. I will still work on one side. And then when I'm satisfied again, I will perform the same thing. What? I will do another clipping. So let's see if there's another clip. We have clip number 2 right here. So when we come in, now I clip it again. So I'm going to flip it. Same scenario. And then we do what? We do mirror. That's it. You see, this is what we've been looking at since we started this modeling, this character. So that is how I got that clothes on him. Very cool, right? So it's very simple. You use the same scenario. For me to get something different on it, that is when I introduce the quick shade, right? We all know what the quick shade does. It gives you the temporary UV so that you can apply a texture to the character, all right? Because you cannot just put a texture on it. You have to go through the quick UV shade, all right? And you come to the perimeters, you have the option to get a texture map. and then you use it. So that is what I use. So if I bring the display here, you see, I'm just using an image of the symmetric, the mirroring we are doing. Stuff that happens here will happen the same on this side. So it make even using a quick shade even work better for you if you work using mirror and clipping. All right, so you have uniform stuff going on. So if we did not do that, and this being just a texture, an image without a UVs, like you will see that this side will have this design, the image would appear here, but something different will appear here, you know. So it's working uniformly, symmetrical. That's the right word for this scenario, right? So yeah, that is how you get stuff going on. And at the end of the day, we see how you export it. You see how you get the UVs. You see how you started modeling all this stuff. What we need is to get deeper into texturing, rendering, and baking, taking the image to other programs and design and get cool stuff. All right. So we will get more courses coming. So stick around and look for those courses, and then you'll be complete. All right. And even when we get to animation and character, it's even cooler because I will show you a lot of cool stuff, how to get animations and easy rigging and stuff. All right. All right, cool. So I'll see you in another class.